Admission open, admission open. Apollo Academy, 11 Science and 12 Science. Subjects offered: Physics, Chemistry, Biology, Mathematics, English, Meitei Mayik, Home Science. Class commencement from 9 May 2022. Form issue from 25th April 2022. Address: Kwakaitel Bazaar near Amuko office. Please contact 825-801-3846. Apollo Academy Common Universities Entrance Test CUET 2022. Class commencement 9 May 2022. Eligibility 12 pass or appearing. Available hostel seats for boys and girls of school goers.
Nahak pukning wakal gi anaba leibra drug addiction amadi mental disorder treatment gidamak adom karigi wari Manipurda ihan hanbo oina Rehabilitation and Child Care Center inkalakliba naha singita oiba experienced leraba doctors amadi clinical psychologists singna layingjari expert singna counseling piba 24/7 CCTV camera da monitor tawduna kupna senaba morning yoga, healthy diets, weekly health checkup, intensive daily routine. Awaba kayadagi ngakthoknaba leijare Yaipokpa Rehabilitation and Child Care Center, Kwakaitel Akham Likai. Adongi mathau tarabadi nakamda pijaribak contact number asida pau fawbirau.
Admission open, admission open. Apollo Academy, 11 Science and 12 Science. Subjects offered: Physics, Chemistry, Biology, Mathematics, English, Meitei Mayik, Home Science. Class commencement from 9 May 2022. Form issue from 25th April 2022. Address: Kwakaitel Bazaar near Amuko office. Please contact 825-801-3846. Apollo Academy Common Universities Entrance Test CUET 2022. Class commencement 9 May 2022. Eligibility 12 pass or appearing. Available hostel seats for boys and girls of school goers.
First, the top news headlines. Collective campaign vital to safe environment, says Minister of Forests, Environment and Climate Change, Thongam Biswajit. MPCC demands lawful action against police personnel involved in alleged custodial death of Arambam Nanao. Six student bodies urge government to formulate language policy to protect indigenous languages. Hello and a very good evening. You're watching the MAMI TV English News Bulletin. I'm ALBINA RIAMEI. Minister of Forests, Environment and Climate Change, Thongam Biswajit, said collective campaign is vital to save the environment and opined that the environmental condition will worsen if the campaign is delayed. He said this during the 12th Mahosa Imaning Singtha, organized by Royal Riders Manipur, held today at WAL United Youth Club ground at Wangkai Angom Laikai today. Speaking on the occasion, Minister Biswajit said the current environment condition is the result human activities disrupting the stability created by Mother Nature over the last 10 to 20 years. Expressing the need to safeguard the environment for the future generation, The minister stated that people must be responsible and must all be aware that the gifts of Mother Nature may get exhausted one day, which will not be good for the mankind. He said the government will extend possible help to Royal Riders Manipur in their initiative to save the nature. The minister also promised to personally provide help to Royal Riders Manipur in organizing awareness program on environment in the outskirts of the state along with experts.
Aigi environmental level posting si luan ma nungai tena another ka kari mo program factor ko matam da ai nungai gadra hai tu wakan le lakta bari post adana ai hai ba post thado kai koi ki punna himi da ba hai wakal onda koina lairi ba koi da resources me ama mai koi da pire national pire ko resources the finite oiba loiba nai ba pot laktani masi akoina sustainably kamai tam dana koi safeguard to ga ha it should be our for the last 20 years,
As part of the program, Minister Bishwajit flagged off a motorcycle rally for tree plantation at Andro, Kangchup Chiru and CI College in Bishnupur district. Condemning the claims of top police officials of Imphal Police Station that they have no knowledge regarding the case of Arambam Nanau, who allegedly died in the custody of Imphal Police Station, Manipur. Pradesh Congress Committee has demanded the authority concerned to take lawful action against all the police personnel involved, including the officer in charge of the police station at the earliest. Addressing media persons at a press conference held in connection with the alleged custodial death of Arambam Nanau at Congress Bhavan on BT Road today, spokesperson of MPCC, Advocate Rabi Khan, termed the death as extremely unfortunate, stating that MPCC welcomes the order of Chief Judicial Magistrate of Imphal West to conduct a judicial inquiry into alleged custodial death. He said that MPCC also shares the grief of the bereaved family members, alleging that custodial deaths have repeatedly occurred in the state ever since BJP came to power in 2017. He maintained that no justice has ever been delivered to any of such victims. Advocate Rabi Khan further contended that death of a civilian because of the torture of the police after he was forcibly picked up by the police is such a barbaric act. He also maintained that MPCC will never accept the sidelining of the incident by the top police officials, stating that they have no knowledge of the same. Rabi Khan demanded that as the case is said to be in connection with alleged charge of not returning borrowed gold, the owner of the gold, the person who filed the complaint with the police, must be made known to the public and justice should be delivered at the earliest, the MPCC spokesperson maintained.
Sayamna mari ko umi o mariga ay masuba thau khata wa matamda khamodi na na thopagi ke darkar legeni aduna MPCC na demand tawri masid chenaba station adu ki officer in charge ba masagi ya yaudana ke mumda to thokte na khali osinagi na jagana constable nagi whatever chenaba missing I ni matik sa badandi binangai chapsala lokhan aningi channel bi SIC amde makoi ki team ga kana ki telephone da mobile instruction pirak pake karam kamba political party ki lusing basing kana yaw Bakogi, CDR Habitare, all diary record to Atuma, investigating department of Tizel Lagamo, Chumaputunga, Nebamanda, Kanini, Chanaga, Marili, Habitaragani, Saragi, Mapuduna Canano, Tomi, you had a complaint of a petition, a cry, no, Karinumta, a fairly Tava, cases are to the Amabo, Patina Paraga, Pubi, physical torture Tava, the Sumatum, Chaptavano, I was there, Chapsana Vasili, the Kimatanga Sida, the Hotomataragani, Sakara Sina, Razada, and Hakita Bomana, Lake Hibataragani, Manipur Prazaki.
President of Desam Laishangthem Lamyanba, on behalf of 6 student bodies, has urged the government to table formulation of a language policy to preserve and protect the indigenous languages of different communities of the state during the upcoming monsoon session of the 12th Manipur Legislative Assembly. The 6 student bodies are AMS, AMSU, Desam, KSA, MSF and SUK. Lamyanba was speaking to media persons at a protest demonstration held at Puakaitel Bazaar today against the announcement of Union Union Home Minister Amit Shah to make Hindi compulsory till class 10 in the northeast states of India on April 7. Speaking further, Lamyanba said the attempt to make Hindi compulsory till class 10 is a challenge to languages of minority communities by majority communities and is an attempt to assimilate the identity of minority communities. One has the right to decide whether to learn Hindi or not as per one's personal needs. However, the imposition of Hindi on the students will be extra burden on the students, which will ultimately affect India's unity in diversity. All languages are equal in the Constitution of the India, and as such, the student bodies will never accept imposition of Hindi on other non-Hindi speaking communities while neglecting other languages, he maintained. Noting that the Constitution of India provides the right to every community to protect and promote its own language and scripts, Lamyanba, on behalf of the 6 student bodies, appealed to the government to form a policy to protect indigenous languages, keeping faith in National Education Policy 2020, which says that wherever possible, the medium of instruction in schools should be the local or regional language to enhance learning capability of the students.
Ngasi mairo luptarung na sanction jariba khongjang ase haukiba April ki tang tareta India gi Parliamentary Committee ki chairman oidiba dugumba India gi Union Home Minister na awang nopol lamdam sigda class 10 phawbadi sungsoi soidana ki Hindi ase tamgadabani haibagi wafam ase masi ekoi yabangam loi haibasine masi kadigino haikpa matamda masi masing yamba kangbu singna Mesoterian lomda base tawba adugumba masing yamba kangbu singna masing yamjadaba singi lon saktam da singdanak pathawong amakhakni haiduna su aikoina logane maram aduna aikoida Hindi haibase aikoida mathau tabagi matung ina aikoi tamninglaga tamni aikoi tamningdaga tokani masaida mahiroi singna Hindi tamdaba yaroi haidana namphudana tamalakpa taragadi mahiroi singna hena awaba polum amakhaksu puhalakani masisina India gi leiriba adugumba unity and diversity da su achauba akaiba amakhak lakani haiduna sa aikoide lojai.
An IED exploded at the gate of an executive engineer of Agriculture Department at Kurai Thoidingjam Lekai this morning around 3:50. The explosion damaged the windows of his house and 4 vehicles. However, no casualty was reported. According to police report, the explosion took place at the residence of R.K. Birendra, age 60, son of late R.K. Karnajit. As CCTV footage shows a man coming in a car from Kurai Lamlong site around 3:30 and planted the bomb at his gate. The man fled the scene in the same car. The explosion damaged a Suzuki Brezza car, a Maruti van, a XUV 300 and a Maruti 800 car along with doors and windows of the house. Virendra recently joined the Agriculture Department as an EE and is soon to retire from the position. The EE has no knowledge as to why his house was attacked. A team led by officer in charge of Porompat Police Station, BDDS and Forensic Science carried a spot inquiry and later filed a case. Members of Suknu Apunba Loop SAL inspected the condition of sub-district hospital at Suknu. During the inspection, they found insufficient doctors, staffs and inadequate hospital equipment. Taking part in the inspection visit, Publicity Secretary of SAL, Khaidem Sujit, said only one Ayush doctor was seen in the OPD in the hospital, which has 7 doctors. Many people had to return due to lack of doctors. Describing the lack of manpower and equipment for the hospital, medical officer in charge of the hospital said even though the hospital has an ultrasound and an X-ray machine, they do not have sonography and ultrasonography machines. Hence, they have to refer the patients to Imphal for further treatment, and even the patients go to Imphal as they are aware of the shortage faced by the hospital, the MO in charge said. In a hospital with 40 staffs, only 8 staffs were on duty. Sujit appealed to the authority concerned to send adequate staffs to the hospital. He also appealed to the government to check the doctors and staffs who fail to duty under political influence. Sujit further warned to lock the hospital if it fails to fully operate within 1 month.
Queen Lady Pussy, a technician, what number X-ray kappa, Yadana lady, Aduluna. Ultrasound, she's a queen mission number lay, ultrasound Kamanaba, sonologist, what for the gate, Arsan, I will say, function, Todana lady. Adagaluna, Haribo Hospital, I say, district marigi junction da Kaching district, Santin district, Sujanpura amadi Bishamur district ki tainawam da leibnina patient ki load si amnal fazana lai samba anabadagi hauraga yamna serious oiba ana paw lakona ekoi equipment chi wat podagi patient sing na maning thungna koina service delivery ngamjade.
Members of Kuki Students Organization, Churachandpur's Chief Association and villagers yesterday stopped the Forest Department from planting tree saplings in the surrounding areas of Thangjing Hill. According to media reports, a joint team of Principal Chief Conservator of Forest, District Forest Officer, SDO of Hanglep and Churachandpur Police went to Thangjing Hill yesterday to plant tree saplings. Members of Kuki Students Organization, Churachandpur, Chief Association and villagers stopped the team from carrying out the plantation since they were not made aware beforehand. After deliberation, both parties agreed on planting tree saplings under MG and REGS by selecting right places and to take the saplings from the Forest Department. KSO expressed unhappiness over the interference by Valley people in Tangzing area and baseless accusation against them. For any developmental work in the area, they must take permission from the villagers. If not, they will take it as a challenge to their rights, KSO added. A team of Lamlai police arrested one person along with 12 kg of ganja from KB Haikak Mapal on Thursday. According to police report, the arrested person has been identified as Laishram Sudhir, age 31, son of L. Maniram of KB Haikak Mapal village under Sagolmang police station. The team recovered the items from his house while searching the house. The arrested person along with the seized items were handed over to Sagolmang police station. MLA of Hanglep Assembly Constituency, Let Jamang Haukip, launched the 26-kilometer-long Santing to Saikom Road yesterday. The road was constructed under Pradhan Mantri Gram Sarak Yojana (PMGSY) in Churachandpur district from Santing to Saikom Road. The 26-kilometer-long project was funded by the Ministry of Rural Development. The MLA was accompanied by Executive Engineer of PMGSY, Rupachandra, AE of PMGSY, Sasikanta L, SO Jesai L Pulamte, and contractor Ranjan. Government of Manipur has issued an order to take action against those living in the government authorized quarters, building or guest houses allotted to government employees unauthorized. According to an office memorandum issued by Public Works Department, a committee has been formed to verify the people living in government quarters, guest houses and buildings in Imphal and its surrounding areas and quarters of district headquarters. There have been some cases of non-government employees living in these quarters or renting them out, which is depriving the eligible employees of the opportunity. The government will begin verification of these quarters to check any unauthorized people living in them and take against them under an FIR if found guilty. The government will take disciplinary action against those government employees who rent out the quarters allotted to them, the memorandum added. Union Home Minister, who is in West Bengal on a two-day visit on Friday, condemned the alleged killing of a BJP worker in Kolkata whose body was found under mysterious circumstances in city's Kashipur area this morning. After meeting the family of the deceased, Shah demanded a CBI inquiry into the incident and said that the Union Home Ministry has taken cognizance of the matter and sought report from West Bengal government. Let's take a short commercial break. Stay tuned for more updates.
Nahak, pukning wakal gi anaba leibra. Drug addiction amadi mental disorder treatment gidamak adom karigi wari. Manipurda ihan hanbo oina Rehabilitation and Child Care Center. Inkalakliba naha singita oiba experienced leraba doctors amadi clinical psychologists singna layengjari. Expert singna counseling piba 24/7 CCTV camera da monitor dauduna kupna senaba morning yoga, healthy diets, weekly health checkup, intensive daily routine. Awaba kayadagi ngakthoknaba leijare Yaipokpa Rehabilitation and Child Care Center Kwakaithel Akham Lekai. Adongi Mathau Tarabadi Nakanda Pijariba contact number asida pau faubirau.
Admission open, admission open. Apollo Academy 11 Science and 12 Science. Subjects offered: Physics, Chemistry, Biology, Mathematics, English, Meitei Mayik, Home Science. Class commencement from 9 May 2022. Form issue from 25th April 2022. Address Kwakaithel Bazaar near Amuko office. Please contact 825-801-3846.
Has become the latest flashpoint in Bengal, where the ruling Trinamool Congress and the BJP routinely accuse each other of violence and killings. Arjun Chaurasia, a member of the BJP's youth wing, was found hanging in an abandoned building near his home in North Kolkata. He was to lead a bike rally later today in one of the events planned for Amit Shah's welcome. The BJP alleged that he was murdered by the ruling Trinamool Congress, which the latter strongly denied. Leaders and workers of both parties have been protesting outside Chaurasia's home since morning, ratcheting up tension as Amit Shah visits the Bengal capital for the first time since the BJP lost the state election last year. The BJP said it was cancelling all welcome events for Amit Shah because of the death. The Home Minister reportedly asked his party to cancel the planned welcome at the airport. India recorded 3,545 new COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours, taking the coronavirus tally to 4.30 crore. The country also recorded 27 COVID-related fatalities, bringing the total number of deaths to 5.24 lakh. According to the Health Ministry, the daily positivity rate stood at 1.07%, while the weekly positivity rate was 0.70%. More than 3,500 people also recovered from the coronavirus, taking the total number of COVID recoveries in the country to 4.25 crore. India recorded 3,545 new COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours, 8% higher than the previous day. Congress leader Rahul Gandhi on Friday attacked the government over a WHO report which claimed that there were 4.7 million COVID deaths in India, saying science does not lie. Prime Minister Narendra Modi does. Gandhi also demanded that the government should support the families that have lost loved ones by giving them the mandated rupees 4 lakh compensation. In a tweet, Rahul said 47 lakh Indians died due to the COVID pandemic and not 4.8 lakh as claimed by the government. The WHO on Thursday stated that 14.9 million people were killed either by COVID-19 directly or due to the pandemic's impact on health systems and society. According to the report, there were 4.7 million COVID deaths in India, which is 10 times the official figures and almost a third of COVID deaths globally. India strongly objected to the use of mathematical models by the World Health Organization (WHO) for projecting excess mortality estimates linked to the coronavirus pandemic in view of the availability of authentic data, saying validity and robustness of the models used and methodology of data collection are questionable. Before we end the bulletin, let's look at the top news headlines once again. Minister of Forest, Environment and Climate Change, Thongam Biswazit. MPCC demands lawful action against police personnel involved in alleged custodial death of Arambal Nanau. Six student bodies urge government to formulate language policy to protect indigenous languages. With that, it's a wrap for this evening news bulletin. Thank you for joining us. Have a great evening.
Admission open, admission open. Apollo Academy 11 Science and 12 Science. Subjects offered: Physics, Chemistry, Biology, Mathematics, English, Meitei Mayik, Home Science. Class commencement from 9 May 2022. Form issue from 25th April 2022. Address Kwakaithel Bazaar near Amuko office. Please contact 825-801-3846. Apollo Academy Common Universities Entrance Test CUET 2022. Class commencement 9 May 2022. Eligibility 12 pass or appearing. Available hostel seats for boys and girls of schoolgoers.
Nahak pukning wakhagi anaba leibra drug addiction amadi mental disorder treatment gidamak adom karigi wari Manipurda ihan hanbo oina rehabilitation and child care center inkalakliba naha singita oiba experienced leraba doctors amadi clinical psychologists singna layengjari expert singna counseling piba 24/7 CCTV camera da monitor tawduna kupna senaba morning yoga, healthy diets, weekly health checkup, intensive daily routine. Awaba kayadagi ngakthoknaba leijare Yaipokpa Rehabilitation and Child Care Center, Kwakaithel Akham Lekai. Adongi mathau tarabadi